All right, so the streaming software should be up. Let's refresh the page. And there it is. Excellent. Still marked as upcoming. Why? F5, because I refreshed it too soon. All right, so I am continuing on the racing, and inside of it, we've finished the racing start, and now I want to get to the racing end. This is, we have the start of the track, and then we have to get to the end of the track. This does not have waypoints. You can travel any way that you want to get from point A to point B. The only thing it does is that you can see where your end goal is. At least that's what it's in there for now. So right now, here's the start. There's where it ends. I'm not worrying about camera orientation yet. I could still keep it pointed at the same point, but I guess I would have to do a ray cast straight out of the camera and look at what it's looking at, and then make sure the orientation points back at that with the up going as close to up as it can. Not my concern yet. All right. Oh, no, there is something else I do need to do. I need to scale the world up. Basically, I'm planning to hand off the design of the grid. So rather than build a procedural system for generating where cars can drive or letting cars drive freely, I wanted them to have kind of an understanding and a goal of what they're trying to do. Otherwise, a lot of them might get themselves stuck in corners. And honestly, there's some glitches in the current one, so they do get themselves stuck in corners, but they'll eventually find their way out. But Control Shift B. So I can see right now, here is the truck track. This is where the trucks go. And then where's the other one? Let's change what traffic we're working with. Car traffic. So here's the car traffic system. Oh, wow, that is missing stuff. That's why they were getting stuck in the corner. The lines weren't even connected. Okay, yeah, that's a problem. I also have a huge event type going on here. Let's just clear that one out right away because I do not want to be inundated with logs. That'll slow things down really fast. Okay, I don't need the extra stuff. Focus in V hotkey. Okay, these ones are rare. So not designer, cannot bake traffic. So that's when we click the bake only. These are fine. All right, save it. Return to Unity. All right. But the cars don't quite fit in here. There's spots like in this area when trying to navigate with, for me as the car, and also certainly for trucks, you can't do it. Like you can, but it is incredibly challenging. Like you try to drive it and it just flips the car around. You go all sorts of directions you didn't intend. And while there could be challenging elements to it, this type of setup happens way too often in the game right now. As there's all these different pathways that people could take. And it's more like the city design at the scale was meant more for people size, not car size. All right, so I want to scale the whole world up. That's going to throw off a lot of this stuff, but then I can hand off design to someone else to start mapping out where all these points go and how to connect them. All right, let's click into that. What? Stream. Is this on? No, I want to see this one. Show me the stream. Why is it? I'm still trying to figure out how to use some of the Unity tools that are in here for this stuff. There it is. Finally. Okay. I can see the stream. Let's get to point on live. And it's sitting there completely still. No sound. No character movement. Am I doing anything there? Yes, I am. Okay, good. Now, continuing with this. This was a design tool, but we need to increase the design. That's going to throw off all the numbers that we have here. So let's zoom out. Oh, switch. Let's turn off fog. There. Wait, what is all that stuff? Oh, got it. Once you're inside of here, there's there's a lot of detail stuff in here. All right. Anyway, let's move this. And now I want to scale everything to 2x. Let's just do that. Scale to 2x. The numbers, everything's going to need to be realigned. So I'm going to start doing that, and then that will free up design to be handed off to someone else. For design, as in creating the nav mesh. The nav mesh for this, like there's tons of stuff in here, and procedural generation, while I could do it, I couldn't come up with a way to make it reasonable for play. So at least not in a short burst. I think it might be better just to create the design stuff, and I can create tools to enhance that later. All right, sort of like traffic designer. All right, so what I need is zone A through F. I need to select them all together. I'm going to go for center and global. That way, when I expand it, it should expand all of them together around one central point. So now everything is set to a scale of 1 to begin with. We're going to go with 2. There. So theoretically, that should work. Now let's go back to where the car was and see how off everything is. It's actually not too bad because this was really close to the world center right here. All right, so we've got some points that are off. Let's hit Control Shift B. Yeah, that was the surface. Like here was over here, this was down here, this was over here, and this was over here. All right, and the erase start and end position. Let's get those ones realigned. So first off, we have this object. And to align it, I should just be able to drag it. Oh, where's my snap tool? Snap. There. That one is set up. Next, we need the erase end. And let's turn snap on so I can just align it to something like right. Let's put it here. Did I mess up on my scales? Oh, overlap. There's a lot more overlap going on. I didn't position them the way that I want to. This actually splits up the world more. And it should cause connections of these divisions. So this side should have a complete connection over to this side. Okay. This is not what I meant to do, but it does work. Yeah, look at that. I've got a giant hashtag. Do I want to fix it? Yes. Yeah. It makes the world smaller, and we have a lot more items to render inside of it under its current setup. All right, so this one, let's do snap. What is this? Grid snap by 25? We're going to do grid snap by 100. There. Now I'm going to snap. Good. Now let's take B. Can't see you there. Okay, that should be good. Next, C. D. Is this all the speed is going? All right. There. E goes to this side. That should work. F goes up. Okay, that should be all of it. 2x zoom is not enough. All right, now I do have one additional change that I want. I really want these two elements to be connected. But selecting it, I can't isolate just this building, can I? Oh, maybe I can. Okay. That branches down to there. Can I do a scale? Let's change settings. There. Does it make the full connection now? Okay, this goes to an underground waterway spot, but it doesn't connect back through. That is all of what I need. Okay. So that one is rescaled. Let's make sure the other ones actually appear okay. There it is. That seems good. All right, let's go to car. Okay, reset to car. We are no longer anywhere aligned to anything. The world is much bigger now. Let's start using it. All right, we'll do a test. So first off, we're going to select this object, and I've got snap on there. So let's take snap and whoops. Oh, I don't have positioning on. There. We will put this up here. Oh, that's kind of nice. Now I can see where it ends as well. Ah, right click. Select something else. Where is it? I need the end point. So race end. We'll go right here. Turn off snap, and same thing for turn off snap. There. Okay, so we got those two items. Now, this one also needs to have its camera angle reset. So we'll set it to right here. That one is camera view angle, Control Shift F. So theoretically, that one should lay out correctly now. What else do we have? That is for the view of that. Where does the car start? Right now, the car should be starting down here. Okay, so let's see about getting the car. Where are you? You're way up there. All right, so let's align the car to right here to begin with. Control Shift F, and then back out. That puts the car up higher. We're going to drop that down a little. Hey, why can I not move the car? Do I have something turned on that's locking it in place? Okay, whatever. I'll come back to this. Something's preventing it. Oh, snapping is on. Snapping was set to 100, so until I could actually move it by 100, it wasn't going to adjust. And let's get it onto the surface. I guess right about there is probably where it needs to be. Okay, now driving through these areas should be a lot easier. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Car, I need the other cars in place. So now Control Shift B. Where's the data's way up there? That no longer matches what I'm trying to do. All right, so let's start adding the new ones in. First off, we got all the points in the data. So we're going to go over to the traffic designer, which is currently using this car designer. And then we have mappings and nodes. We're going to clear out both of those to 0. 0 and 0. Okay, now that gets rid of the extra design. So now we need a traffic designer for the car traffic. So car traffic can go everywhere and will somewhat avoid the trucks, but not completely. So car traffic might be on this, for instance. So Control Shift B. There. Now I've got it highlighted. So from this point, I need to, let's reset these. 0, 0, 0, 0. Control Shift B. Okay. Now I need to set the positions in here. So let's start just adding a little bit of this to make sure that this works. What were the keys? Z to add. So Z, Z. Z, Z. Let's add the ones up on the corner now. Okay, so the objective is for the trucks to be able to get through here. Let's actually test that, and cars. So let's put a car right here, Z, and another one right up there, Z. We also should have one over here, Z. Z, 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 Z. And I want to make sure that I'm testing inside of this pathway. So let's go to here and say right here, Z. Now I'm going to go down to here, Z, and here, Z. Okay, now we need to start connecting these. So connection is C. So C and C. And V will select X. No, V will select V, C, C. All right. V, C. And right here, C to connect up to there, V, C, and C. Whoops. All right, yeah, that's fine. Selection. Oh, did I just add an extra line here? Seems like I did. Okay, so V to select that one, and we're going to disconnect it from this one. So what is that one? That one is N, to remove the node between them. Okay, there we go. One line. Now let's go back to here, V, and connect it up to this one, C. Okay, that gives me that side framed up. Now let's go over to the top corner, V, C, V, C, C. Oh, that was V, C, and C. Excellent. Okay, now V and C. So right now the tools for creating the nav mesh in here are basically like hand painting it. So let's connect this over here. C, V, C, C, V, C. So I'm just remembering the hotkeys and running those. So this one now has V, C, V, C, V, C. Okay, I think that's all the main connections from here. Let's just travel through. That seems, yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that seems good. All right, so we have an initial car pass. Let's also put in the truck pass because both systems are in here. Traffic designer, where is this traffic? There it is. Truck designer. Oh, car traffic, we need to bake it. So let's go to the traffic designer, bake. Okay, now we need the car traffic. No, it just did the car traffic. I need truck traffic. So truck, we're going to set everything to 0 and 0. Okay, that empties our truck traffic. And our truck traffic, I'll just have loop around this main section right here for now. Well, I guess I still need to test it going down one of these axis ways. So let's do that. Let's put in, where is it? Traffic designer, and we're going to select for the traffic should be truck traffic designer. All right, now this data is brand new as well. So let's set our truck routines. It is useful having the trucks come right by here. So let's put these in. Let's go. Z. Oh, Control Shift V. There we go. Z. And then over here, Z. 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 And now let's connect these, this one across to here. There. So that gives us a partial track for the trucks. Now I want to put a couple more in, let's say this way. So let's say C, not C. Oh, that just created an extra connection. No, okay, it was happy. It already had it. All right. So now I need Z there and there. Oh, let's move that to there and also put another one there. Perfect. Next, what am I connected to? I'm connected to that one. So C, V, C, V, C, C, V, C. There. Now let's put a couple more. I guess I don't need to this whole path. V, not V. Okay. Z, Z. Move that over here and put another one here. Okay. Now connect, connect, connect. Okay, that gives us our truck route. Oh, and I do need to test that it can actually make it down these halls. So let's take this one and let's move it over here. So the truck route, I'm going to try to send down this way. Do I have a way to connect around here? Okay, that goes through to where it dead ends here, and that doesn't connect through. What about on the other side? We got that route. I guess I'll just make a small U-turn down there. I know there's a pathway through it, so let's do that. Over here, we're going to create some new ones. Z, Z, put a Z over here. All right. Connect, 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 Z, connect, Z, connect. All right, now over here, let's create a route going down. We're going to put it to about here. Z. And let's put another one over here. Z. Okay. And one here, Z. And one here, Z. Okay, that should work. Now that we're down here, let's connect these up. So C, 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 V, C, 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 and then V, C. Okay, that puts a connection point on there. Now I need to create a U-turn down this way. So this will be a single way path, or single path to right about here. All right. And then this has a connection route through right there to over here. Does that connect there? No. Okay, that gives us a pathway through. Cool. All right. V, V. All right. V, 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 and put another one over here. V. So let's connect these ones up. C to there, C to there, V, C, C. All right, next. V to select that one. C to wire it up to there. V, C, C, V, C, and another C over here. Oops. Okay, we got that connection. I still don't have any tools that validate that all the connections are completed and being able to bring you to it or highlight it. That would be kind of important as a design tool. Okay, now I do need this to start making its connection through here. So let's do that. That's going to be single flow. So let's put in new ones. V, C, okay, now I'm going to put another one in here. This will be one-way path. C, what? Oh, yeah, there. I just lost that end data. What just happened there? V, create a new one. That was weird. All right, we're going to add a couple extra roots here. So C. Okay, the test route is almost done. So now this last one needs to have a connection up to here. There. That is a closed route. Everything is all connected and wired up. There should be no floating points sitting anywhere. And the truck traffic can make it all the way up by me now. Okay, so now let's bake that. And then save the game state. Okay, what is all this one? Highlight request. Let's test out the gameplay, see what happens. This one. Did I ever align the object for it? So I need the child element, which is the camera view angle. Okay, that is here. Okay, well, whatever. I'm going to set that up to this. Control Shift F. There. And play. Ooh, save it. Play. All right, all the traffic data is backed up. Oh, I've got one more thing I need to realign. That's taking a long time. I didn't modify code. Reloading domain. All right, there's a couple trucks right ahead of me. All right. No, don't go back that way. I want you to go over this way. How about, are there any other trucks back this direction? Oh, yes, there are. All right, let's head off and see them. I want to see how they're doing. Oh, there's enough space to drive through. It's a little wobbly. Yeah, that's still more challenging, but it's not as limited as it was before. Wait, that's not right next to me. Was that a truck? I think I just passed under one. What are you doing? Well, that one's not working, right? We're going to go over to scene view, and I want to track what that car's doing. So let's go over to car. It's right there. Okay, what are you doing? Truck. Where are you heading? No, I'm trying to click you. Go to the parent. You're on your way over there. What are you doing all the way down here? Get to the ground. Let's do this. You go to the ground. I'll just give you a head start. Everything else should start correcting. Why is that so wobbly like that? That shouldn't be that way at all. Okay, you just passed your point. The distance is too far. That's so once it get there, it was able to get to the next one and it brings it over to here. That was expected. Okay. But not when you keep running into your own trailer. Okay, and now where are you going? Okay, you just went in a circle. Whatever. The trucks do appear to have enough space to move through there, but I do need to fix the guide points. All right, back to the game. Let's return to where are you? Or where am I? Ah, this way. Good. All right, let's get over to the race start. Okay, car traffic. How's the car traffic doing? There's definitely a much more spacious world here. Okay, LEDs are going to be important. What? What are you? Why are some of these like way over there? What are you guys doing? Scene. Let's go find the car. All right, I want to see what some of these cars are doing. There's a whole line of cars trying to go over to here. Your destination is over there, yet you drive this way. If I were to set you down, would you try turning? You're still going straight. All right, my steering angles are probably all wrong. Is that how you're doing it? You're flipping over and driving slowly through the air? Cars can drive in the air and just fly like planes in this, but they're much slower and harder to control then. All right, let's just go check out this one now. So in general, I know that those are working. Oh, I didn't mean to stop the game. Start. What time is it? 2:24. Start. All right, we're inside of the area. Enter. Yes, we're going to start a race to there. Ooh, that should be offset to the side more. So if I were to take, not the car, but I need this object. F. I want it to be focused to the side so I get both in here. I want to be up close like this. And then I should say my UI should be moved to the side. That way I know that I'm always looking at it from that perspective. All right, let's do that. Well, now let's set this one. Control Shift F. Now go back to game. That aligns this. We just have the UI itself to align. So UI Builder, this one should be, oh, stop. Back to scene view. Right here, I've got that one, Control Shift F, there. Now I need to go to the UI Builder, and which one? Not that. I need the UI for the game. Where is it? The UI for Racing Start. So UI is down below. In-game header, pause, race start. Okay, now on this one, this black panel, I want that one to be aligned. I guess I'll drop in an element to the side. So we have this, and then can I put another child element, like just a visual element in here right before it? Okay, now we're going to take that root object, and can I tell it how I want it to align? No, I cannot. Okay, so now we're going to take this and let's align this to the side right now. Fix direction. Oh, yeah, stop it. What? Undo works. Yay. Okay. Align items, justify content. I'll just do it here. This side. No. Keep that one centered. It's the parent element that I want. This one. I guess I need to put the whole thing in another visual element so I can align the whole thing over to the side. Let's do that. So yes, visual element. And then this is going to become a child of that visual element. Now, this visual element needs things to align to the side like that. So if I expand out my view here and this way, I want that one to be aligned over that way. I've got spacing, paneling set up to 100 on the sides. Can I just align this one over? Align self. Oh, duh, I didn't need the parent element. Nice. Okay, that one should work. Start. Can I shrink that down a little bit? Let's shrink the border element. Visual element, we're going to set the alignment to 50px. Oh, no, padding 50px. There. Now back to the scene and play. Theoretically, this should show up so that the UI is moved over to the side and I have an angle on viewing this particular setup. And if that's the case, I'll make that the standard for how I set up the races. The races are relatively quick and easy, except I need to do something like identifying what they are and name them or something like that. Okay, truck's heading off that way. That's it right there. Okay. And that line, so this item didn't show up. It might be a good idea to show an actual line to it, but that's not my concern. All right, so start race. I've started the race. Now I need to get over there. Camera realigns. Let's make our way over. Oh, this item The end target and the race start doesn't show up in the 3D map. There, I did it. 18 seconds. I doubled the size and it took three times as long to get here. All right, cool. Game is generally working. I have the design stuff that's up here, so I'm going to commit this one because this now means that I can start getting data inside of it baked from other sources. Or I can have someone else start designing and baking the nav mesh. Save. No. Now I need the terminal. There. Git commit -m. Let's see. World scaled 2x. Trucks/cars navigate smaller areas. World scale 2x trucks cars navigate smaller areas. Grid setup. Everything was reset. Almost everything was reset. There is one other thing, but that doesn't matter. It's not going to affect how this stuff works. Oh, yes, it will. Okay, so let's do this. Where are we? That's one side. We need the space where we're going to deposit everything. Okay, where is it? I should have the gates. This one needs to have a different name. We're going to call this a depot. Drop off. Okay, depot drop off. And now we're going to do, what is this? Control F. I should have put it like right where I am. Control Shift F. There it is. All right, rotations. We're going to set rotations. Let's just set everything to 0. Reset. I should put it somewhere over here. Everything was scaled differently. Where? It's way up there. Okay. I can at least drop it down. Good. I think having the depot kind of hidden inside of here should work pretty well. There. All right, that gives us a drop-off depot. Okay, save it. That's gonna have its own issues, because the crates could get lost or stuck on this side. Yeah, well, I can still pick them up if they are, I think. So now what do we got? We got this stuff. Save it. Okay. Depot. Depot realigned. I did not know Terminal did that. If I put quotes in, like the double quotes, and I hit enter while I only have a single double quote in, it brought me to another line to enter more of these, to enter multi-line entries. Useful. All right, what do we got? That saves that. That gives me less than an hour left to try to finish up the race end. So race end needs to have a UI of its own that comes into play. All right, this one is going to be very similar to race start. Race end needs to announce how much time you took and what your total time is. We also have to save that time and restore it with the game save. With that information happening, that means that each one of these race starting positions needs an index, because right now they just kind of get entered into it. And if I do any design of it, it would offset the IDs or the positions with those. So let's see what we can do. Race end. So once we get to this, let's click on that. Race end, race end. Race end is over here. I don't like that about Rider. Maybe there's an option to fix it, but so far, every time that if I've got multiple files open in Rider and I've clicked on a file and it brought me into Rider because of that file, it'll still keep the line selected and the file selected of what was previously selected, so long as the other new file is visible at all. It just needs to be visible, not to actually have the focus. That gets confusing. This dot hide show hide. All right, that one's done. Race end. Okay, so once we get within X distance of this, which is going to be handled in car race. Where's car race? There. Got it. This one. So once we get to the end, we're supposed to enable the end UI. Do we have access to that from here? How do we enable the other UI? So in this one, racing in-game, racing start UI. Okay, that's adjusting the camera. So racing start UI, we are going to the racing start menu and telling it to show it. Show the UI. So now we need a non-race menu, or a race end menu. Let's go create it. Oh wait, that's in show start UI. We do need one to indicate that we have just completed the race. So right here, we've completed the race. So that means we change the state. The code that's reacting to this, I guess this should be in its own function. So let's do this dot end race. Great method. There we go. Now this content inside of here, X, and then finally this one, return. Okay, so this stops the timer, ends the race. We need to show the UI, but we need to have UI to show now. So we got an end race, but this also announces that we are in the race end UI and we have not exited it. Once we exit it, then it should change the state back. So let's actually put the code in there for private void end race. Oh, no. End race UI. No. Race UI. Race end UI closed. This needs an XML comment. Race ended UI has shown this method. I feel like it's about to start a limerick or a rhyme. Race ended UI has shown this method is called when the UI has closed. That sounds somewhat poetic, just in rhyme, in the not exactly rhyme, but the way that was written. Okay. but I needed to emphasize how that worked. So the race end UI has closed. This is where we're going to reset the state of everything. So this dot state equals and state none. We return to state none because we have exited the race. Nothing else is happening now. All right, there should be some kind of award for beating your old time or having taken the race in the first place. So I will do that. Not yet. I need the UI to have that option in there. But I do need to start the UI. Okay, so let's start setting up the UI. Back inside of Unity, UI Builder, I need to create a new one of these. So we got pause menu. It only needs one item to show up. So I'm going to duplicate pause menu for this one. Control CV. All right, this one is not pause menu. This is race end menu. All right, let's set these. We got resume. I want to set that so it's off to the side, just like the other one. So let's move this. No, not here. Race end UI. I'm going to delete that. I'll use a different one because I've got the alignment. Yes. Yes, discard changes and delete. How much domain do you need to reload? All right, so race start. No, pause menu in game. Is that it? Start menu? No. There we go. This one. Race start menu. Control CV. Race end menu. All right, race end menu. Now expand this out so we can see more of what's going on. Now we don't need the start. So start button goes away. Delete. Cancel is still here. Cancel is, I guess we will call this close button. Sure. Okay, so close button. And the text for it needs to change. That makes no sense for it to say cancel. Cancel, what is this one? We are exiting the race that we are in. So return. Drive. Sure, drive. That'll work for now. I can change it later if I come up with something better. Now that we got the drive button, I need to be able to display the time. So let's put in a time on here. To begin with, I should have an element within the header. So let's grab the header. In-game header. Yes, save the changes. I can only have one UI builder open at a time. Okay. All right, so inside of this one, that piece right there, which is part of timer panel, Control C. And now I want to go over to race end menu. And on this one, let's expand these ones. Delete that one. Oh no, right in between it. Control V. We'll put this as a element between there. Okay, and we'll do two of them. Control D. Duplicate. Okay, now we should have text indicating what each one of these are saying. So we need to show how fast you did, and we need to show what the high speed was before then. So inside of this one, we'll have best time and your time. So let's put a UI element. Well, with that in mind, it's going to be the same visuals for both. So I need a text, another label, Control D, and we're going to drag this other label over to here. We need to change this font color to white. This one is going to be best. Its alignment should be on the other side. So let's go to here. There, align right. That's really difficult to see though. Where do I set the color? Font color. That is not the font color. There it is, color. We're going to go to white. Oh, that's the background. I don't want the background color to change. Text. I want the text color to change. Now let's also affect this to get bold out of it. And I suppose all caps would probably be good. Best. Okay, that works. Now we're going to do another one. This is a timer panel. Let's go Control D. So now I've got two timer panels. Let's drag this one at the right level. There, I've got two bests now. Second one should be current. This race. That works. Okay, so we've got the 0. Best was, I guess to begin with, is NA. If we don't actually know it, it's N/A. First run. Oh, actually no. In the case where it's this race versus best, then the best does get replaced. So both of them will show whatever your current race was the first time that you completed. Now there is one other item that I need, and that's how much money we're getting for it. All right, where is this? Come to this one. Oh, yeah, save this. Next, I need the in-game header, and let's go find this one, credit panel. Control C. And now let's go back over to race end. This way I keep the same UI appearance. Now, let's go to this element, Control V. Okay, yeah, there it is. Excellent. Okay, that sets the score for it. Now I do need another label in here. So Control C and then V to paste it inside of here. Okay, that gives us the race, except in this case, it's reward. Reward. Okay, so you get a reward if you have completed the race and you've beaten your best time. Right now, it does not matter by what. You just beat it, and that's the idea. So the idea is that every time that you race, it's like someone with more experience in the game might come in and play it and drive really slow the first time, and then drive a little better, and then just try gradual improvements. But then we also have the mechanics shop where we're going to gradually improve the car as well. All right, and then we have cube drops so that we can start dropping cubes in places to change the routes, potentially making bridges. Bridges are not very easy to create though. Okay, that I think sets a good amount of information coming in here. Let's make sure all the names make sense. So we have close button, label credits doesn't, this will be label rewards. Next, over here, this one is timer, label timer race. Label timer race. That was interesting. Did that, if I go to this, so this is label timer. Now I, oh yeah, it was highlighted. And label timer best. Okay, that solves that part. Okay, the UI is done. Or at least this should be functional for what I need for now. Now I need the end code to start dealing with it. I need a UI. Where do I actually keep the code for the UI? I think I kept this in a separate script. UI, I did. Okay, race start menu. Control D, race end menu. All right, so race start menu. This one is now going to be race end menu. Okay, I don't want a static race menu inside of there. Locator.set. There. Does that mean that the race start menu should have had that in there? We still have the instance called out. That should not be in use. All right. So now race end menu. Inside of this, we immediately set the race end. Resume action. Continue. So performed action. Performing the action gets us out of this. Also, escape should get us out of this. So cancel or continue. Either one will operate the button. And in that case, both of these should effectively do the same thing. It's both cancel button. But this is not cancel button. We don't have start button. What do we have? All right, I'm just going to take this and do a little screenshot so I have a record of it. That one is going to be there. All the visuals will stay. Select it. Now I can drag this off to the side out of view, but I'll have it available to start typing in the code with. Okay, so label timer best. I need to know these different timers. I need to know the button. Oh, what was the button? I didn't get the screenshot with the button. Close button. Let's just grab that right now. So this one is close button. We don't have a cancel button, so this one will be close button. And that's going to be close button. Okay, there is not a second button, but I do have other items to grab. So inside of here we have the close button. Then we also need labels. Public label. What was it called? We had label timer best. Public label timer race. Public label rewards. Rewards should be integer based. That's credits. Okay. The race itself, I guess, should have a base level. Let's put that on the endpoint. No, the start point should be aware. Either one should be aware. We have the car race, so we know what car what the race is supposed to be when we get into here. Now we have the two inputs. We have cancel action and action. So either one is supposed to do this. We have AZY open to detect one that's open. Now we can start applying these things. So inside of here, I do need to start gathering the different labels. All right, so in this one, we're going to do this dot, let's do label timer best. There. Okay, label timer best. That one gets that one. Inside of this one, it's not cancel button. It is, what do I call it? Close button. This one can go away. That goes to resume action, which we will get to later. I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need it. When it first starts up, it should disable itself, and that's how it's going to disable itself. I'm going to upgrade the way that I'm using this a little bit. Let's go with private void hide UI. Hide UI. There. What else do we got? Hide UI. Okay, so hide UI, and we also need show UI. Private void show UI. And let's put the same code inside. There, these for show UI, these are set to true. And true. Oh yeah, and the same Boolean state inside of this one is UI open equals false. Is UI open equals true. Okay. Now in this one it's end race. We don't have an end race in here, so we're gonna get rid of this one. Resume action. We do need the pause state to return. So resume action, what is this one calling? Close button. That's start race, and over here, this is already done. So both of these go to resume action. I feel like the name should change. So this is close ending UI. All right, so these all close. The cancel action, the action, and the close button clicked all close the ending UI. All right, then we also have a hide UI and a show UI function. So we need something that's going to mark to show this. This is the race end menu. Something has to call to activate that. We'll get to that. Nothing calls it from inside of here. Oh, nothing yet. There does need to be a publicly exposed function for it. It will handle its own closure state. Oh, car race. I already put in some of the ending stuff for this. So on this stuff, where is it? Closing UI. So we get to this stuff, and now we're going to say if there's no reason that we should be closing the ending UI if we don't have the UI open. That's the only way it should be reacting to it. So I don't need to do a check at the beginning to see if we have the UI open. Next, it's only got one state. So in this one, we're going to change out these ones to hide UI. These ones can go away. Delete. Okay, is open UI needs to go away. Okay, game time will continue. This car race does not go to cancel. Dot, and now what is it? Race. It needs to be something with end. Dot end. No, that's an object. All right, let's go to car race for a second. Where is car race? We're going to put it over here. Okay, down near the bottom, show starting race, cancel out of start UI? No, start race, race end UI closed. This needs to be public. Made it private for some reason. Dot race end UI closed. Okay, that should take care of all of that stuff. Show UI, we need something that triggers the start to happen. And that needs to include some of the information. So the race ends, which is happening by car race. But that information still needs to be set inside of here. We need a show UI. So I'm going to leave show UI there for a moment, but we'll need to fix it. Okay, start race. Now we need to end the race. The race ended, so now we need to start seeing the race. Do I have something here to get access to this race end menu? I set an instance of it. Perfect. Let's store it over in car race. Yeah, right there. Public. And this one is race end menu. Race end menu. During the awake, we are going to observe this one. Locator.observe. What was this one? REM. And inside of this, we're going to say REM. And now I'm going to say this dot REM equals REM. Okay, so there we set the values of it. Can I just do this, REM, and then change that out with nope. I could have sworn there was a single line way to do that, but I don't remember how to right now. Okay, observe, race end menu, REM. That sets the race end menu. Now, when we're inside of here and we say that we've ended the race, we're going to say this dot race end menu dot, and now inside of here we should have a show UI, and this wants to know the car race, so that should just be this. The car race should have all the data it needs to display this information, but that's not what it's asking for. So we're going to go over to here to car race. There, that sets it up. So show UI for the race end menu has this information. We pause the timer. So now, wait, this should not be pausing the timer. We get rid of this stuff. Show UI first needs to call show UI. All right, next, racing game time needs to be paused. So game time dot pause. I want the game time to be paused, but I don't want the UI, the pause UI to show up. That doesn't show the pause UI, does it? F12. No, it just sets timescale. Good. Okay. And in this one, in the show UI, we need to display and set those fields. So we need to obtain them. The race start should contain the information about how much time it took. Basically, the information has to be available at the race start to be able to see that, because I'll likely be showing what your best time was at the end, when you first start the race, along with, well, yeah, what your best time was. Let's just have it show that. Anyway, so show UI, we need to gather the information, set it inside. So we can get the time information right now. Let's set that. And the credit information, we can determine whether or not you've done faster, but we don't know the times yet, so we can't actually determine that yet. All right, but label rewards would be 0, would be, it depends. Race, label timer race. So I can set that one now. Let's see, float best time equals 0, F, float secondary current time equals, what is this one? Game time dot timer. What is it called? Oh, let's pass that in. Game race UI, I can just pass it in. So this dot timer manager dot time. And over here, float current time. So we've already got a current time. Now we need credits. So credits, int credits equals 100. All right, best time needs to come from race. Let's just go ahead and put a field in there now, and I'll have to set that in a minute. So we've got the start menu. No, not from that. We need race start. So over in race start, we need a field. We're going to need a couple things. So public, we need a way to uniquely identify this object. So we're going to say public, it'll be private. And then what is it? Int unique ID. Now we're going to say private. Oh, and this one we do need to serialize. So serialize field, comma, and then also hide in inspector. All right, so we've got a unique ID. During the awake, if this ID has never been set, during the constructor? No. It needs to be during awake. So if unique, let's not hide this in inspector to begin with. Let's keep it visible. If unique ID equals 0, so if unique ID equals 0, then we need to set this to a new ID. I need a way to get a serialist, a new, brand new GUID. So what was that? So it's just like new GUID. I'm always afraid that I'm going to enter it in a way where I just get a GUID of all zeros. Let's just do this. Unique ID. This one shouldn't be this one. Let's go with string. GUID. I'll just put in GUID. Is GUID serializable? Okay. If it's its own GUID structure, then I would certainly hope so. Oh, yeah, I can't initialize that to 0. All right. So now if unique ID dot empty equals new GUID equals GUID dot generate. I think it always is going to try generating a new one. So I'll just set it empty here to begin with. So if it's there, then we're going to give it an ID, unique ID. Unique ID equals GUID dot generate. No information, it has to paste into there. Let's see what it actually generates. So the race start needs to hold this information. Let's make sure we're actually getting a unique GUID to show up inside of there. So race start is over here. All zeros, but it's not compiled yet. I believe the awake does get executed at at editor time as well. There it is. It's all zeros right now. So does that trigger the empty? And I can test this by just hitting play. So once I hit play, theoretically the awake will execute, and then that's going to run. But I want the execute to normally, yeah, so I've got that. Now I need to be able to save the ID of this one. I needed to have a unique ID set at editor time. Ooh, validate. Okay, on validate. We're going to put an on validate function in here. Let's test that idea. Private void on validate. Now on this one, let's put this line in Control X and V, because we have to put in some information here to begin with. We have to interact with the object to begin with, so it gives it time for the onValidate to settle. So now let's go to here. Empty, since it was all zeros, it did change. So now if I click something else and then click back into this, that doesn't set it. So onValidate didn't do a thing unless that onValidate got added. Okay. So not what I was looking for. The ID onValidate executed. Did it? All right. Restart onValidate now and select something else. Select this. Did not execute. Okay. I'm going to run a little search for this. Unity set component GUID field at editor time from C#. All right, blah, 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 conversion. Okay, we can use GUID, not uint4. Okay, what is this one suggesting? Okay, we got the GUID. We're storing it as a string. Why not as a GUID? On inspector GUI. So at this point, this is where they're generating the GUID. Okay. We put a custom editor on it. Do I want to bother with that? There's got to be another way. Create a custom editor. Maybe that's exactly what I should do. All right, yeah, I'm going to go with that method. Put this back. There. Next, inside the code, I need a, let's see, we got race start. Let's go into race start to set this up. All right, race start has the GUID. We need an editor for it. So let's put an editor in. Let's see, this one was, let's look over at that one. Custom editor. Custom editor for race start. Oh, type of race start. Public class race start editor. All right, now what is it? On inspector GUI. Okay, yes, override the base. Now before I do that, let's change the value. Over here is where we're going to check to see if that value is empty. So first off, I need to get the value. So we're going to say var, what is this one? Designer race var start equals race start target. There. So we got the target, we got the race start. Now I need the variables to actually set this. So inside of here is where I checked onValidate. Got it. Grab Control X, get rid of the onValidate, delete. And now in here, paste that one. And this is if start dot. Now what's it complaining about? Private. It's complaining because it's private. Public, sure, whatever. It's already serialized field. We'll just keep it there. Okay, finish with warnings. Red was being aborted. All right, hot reload built into failed. Preparing build into failed. I don't know if that actually means it did anything, but right now I have no unique ID starting up yet. There we go. So selecting away. It didn't do anything with it when the scene reloaded. The inspector still had serialized state it was holding on to, I guess. So if I go to race and that doesn't use it at all, that's fine. So now I've got an ID in here. All right, so I've got the ID. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. It's time in race game. Good. Okay. We got an ID, so we have unique IDs. Excellent. That's exactly what I needed. Finally, we have that. So now the race, it's not stored in the race end. It's stored in race start. Okay, race start carries that. Race end menu needs to get that information. So for the race start, oh yeah, race start needs to carry the actual best time. Public float best time equals float.max. Sure, his default is float.max. Perfect. Now we're going to go over to car race. There we go. Okay, that shows the UI, the UI menu. That needs to actually put the content together for how it's going to show it. Race end menu. There we go. So best time is now going to equal, what is it? Start race dot best time. Oh, that's car race dot start. Uh-oh, that conflicts. That means that I can't use the start function. I can fix that later. Okay. I'll leave it. So race.start and best race dot that's a race start right there. Race start dot best time there. Okay, finally. Okay, credits equal 100. Current time has just been passed in. Credits, yeah, we're going with credits for 100 for now. I can improve that later, but this is locked in place. All right, int. All right, so now I need to say if current time is less than best time, best time, we'll start that out with 0. Then we need the new best time. So we're going to be accessing this spot in memory. Might as well just put it in here. So best time. I don't need to set it there. I can also just set the value at this point. So I get rid of this one. race dot current, race dot index. No. What am I doing here? I'm doing the race dot start dot best time. I want to show the text. So in this case, the best time, I know the current best time and I know the current time. I can always set the current time. So this one is this dot label dot timer race dot text equals, and how do I set the current time? Because I need to set it in the same format that the timer was showing. That was happening over in the header UI, in-game header. So when we update the credit and what it's actually showing, we do a string format, this one. And that doesn't go to this time, that goes to current time. Excellent. Now, in this time, if the current time has surpassed the best time, we need to say race.besttime, race.start.besttime equals current time. And we're also going to set the best time now. We'll just do that right now. Race dot, no, that's, I need the label. Label dot race this dot label, there we go, timer best equals race dot start dot best time. Dot text. Okay, so we've set both of those values. Now I need to decide the actual credits of how much credits we get. So in the credit, I should just upgrade the credits right away. So in this case, I'm going to say our credits. What is that? Did I put that in a locator? So locator dot observe, and so I just need to go find it, one instance of it right now. Observe, this one we need the type, which is going to be the I credit manager. CM. And on this one, we'll just say CM dot add credit 100. That's it. Okay. And then we're also going to set the UI to do the same thing. So now we need this dot label rewards dot text equals 100. Perfect. Now, oh, not perfect. There's something else I need to do. So instead of that, I'll just set that string value for now. Outside of this if condition, we need an else. And that is 0. Okay, test it. I think that's everything. So in this one, we have the show UI. We are setting the current time. We've got the best time. Nothing reports or stores the best time except for the fact that it's in the game right now. So I'm not saving it yet. I'll need to save. Let's go back to the game. Play. Oh, it didn't compile the best time into there yet. Oh yeah, UI header, UI start menu, UI pause, and UI race start. Everything under UI starts with UI in the text. And every single one of them is going to change. Why are you importing assets? Okay. And now they all changed. Label timer, start button, continue button, start button. That is, I don't like it. I need to change the icons or something to make that map out better. All right, start. Point towards this, enter. All right, there we are. And now start race. All right, so we missed a reference to something. So what is the reference that we're missing? Over in car race line 144, car race line 144, end menu. One of these items does not have a reference. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Is it race end menu or is it timer manager? Race end menu. I don't think I ever set that one up. Okay, so let's stop. So over here, yes, I did not create it. So let's do that now. Create empty, and this is going to be UI end menu. Oh, UI race end. Now inside of here, we need a UI document. So now inside of here, we need the panel settings. Which I just have a big default one. All right. Now over here, we've got race, or this one, race end menu. Okay, perfect. Next, race UI end. And now this one needs the race end menu. Perfect. The UI document goes over here. The race car goes over here. I need the two input actions. So I need the input action for cancel. And on this one, I need the one for action. Perfect. All right, let's try this again. I know that that one wasn't in place, so save it twice. Play. Start. Okay. Then we see this. We got the end race now. Race. There. Okay, it paused. It came up with the stuff. It showed time, but we ended up with a glitch as well. So race end menu is missing something from line 77. All right. Line 77 over here, string format, that indicates that we did not get the label timer race. Okay, let's go check that out. So inside of here, label timer race. Oh, I just flat out never tried to get it. Okay, yeah, that would do it. Label timer race. Was there anything else? We got that. And label rewards. All right, now let's go back to the game and stop. And play. All right, start. All right, start race. All right, 15 seconds. Best was 0. Oh, I got another one. Line 78 has an error. Line 78? That's not it. Line 78 of what? Race end menu. I'm on race end menu now. Line 78. That's... What is faulty here? Is this just not saved? Because that doesn't tie up to anything. All right, stop. And let's try this again. Play. That suggests to me that hot reload didn't get stuff didn't take care of things. Start. Should probably move this stuff closer. Yeah. I think I might have heard them. I am streaming. 1 minute. Hey, Arthur. Okay, new time set to 15. Yes, I see. That's awesome. All right. So now let's see over here. 1590. The best time never got set. And inside of here, I still got a reference error. At this point, why on line 78? Is it not compiling at all? Clear. No, it's compiling. Recompile. We're going to do a stop and recompile. All right. Play. Let's try it once more. I could move that whole ending spot. Let's move the whole ending spot so I don't have to race as far. Stop. And go back to scene view. All right. Select that one and make sure the snap is in place. We're going to put it, I guess we'll just put it right over here. Sure. First starting race. All right. Turn snap off and play. Okay, cannot see the end race. And now enter. There it is. Start race. Okay, we still got, oh, line 82. I did a full recompile. This hot reload complained about nothing. I did a full, and it wasn't working. I did a full recompile, and now it worked. Something's broken with hot reload in that case. Okay, good to know. I like that. I prefer having hot reload work, and or in general that it works for almost everything. So I'd rather just be aware that it's broken. All right, current best time. Start. Race.start is missing. or it's the label that's missing. Let's put in a break here. And now I need to connect this to Unity. And let's do another game. Oh, drive. Yeah. So, oh, that kept it on. I didn't have that close during here. So if I'm back in here, oh, what just happened? Did I just freeze Unity? No. Okay, the compilation, the debugger was attached. Got it. Switching to full recompile mode. Got it. All right. Now enter. Start race. Label timer. Do we have something here? That's set. All right. Start is null. Race is set. Race does not have a start. What was race? I thought race was the car. Right? Yeah, the car race. So the car race start never got set. Okay, so I need to make sure that that gets set. Start menu. So during the awake, no, not that one. Update. If the racing is none, car action state, we are in range, and we set which one. So here we are supposed to be setting this. So this dot start equals, and which one? This is going to be this dot race starts and index I. In this case, we can just use that one. No, I want to use this one. Let's clarify the full. There. Okay, stop. Got it. So start never had anything. Now it should. I'm going to go to stop. And inside of this, that did turn it off. So it's still running. Good. Now we're going to go back to play. And I'm going to step out in just a minute. Start. Okay, start race. Over here. Okay. No exceptions, but best time is still listed as zeros. Like it never changed the label. Is that the case? Is that what happened? Let's put another breakpoint in. Right over here, we've got the breakpoint, so we just need to connect to editor. It stopped. All right, play. What just happened there? Why did it stop? Okay, I need to end this. Okay. Play. That up. Start. All right. Start race. This should have the... There. We got it. So now we set this one. We add credits. We set the label text rewards. Best time. did we ever set best time? So best time.text, race.start.best time. Now, did I ever change race.start.best time? I changed to current so long as the current time is less than the best time. Is it just not displaying? Okay, let's take a look at best time. So label best time has data. Okay, what is our current best time value? 0. Why is best time 0? Stop. It should be float.max. Okay, let's go to stop. That's what the problem is, though. Okay, so over here at the race start, where we hold on to this information, race start, best time is float value max. So now if I go over to Unity and I select the race start, yeah, best time. That one should be race.max equals race float.max. Does this one work? I don't have an M. All right, we're just going to set it high. There. Cool. Now play. Drive. Enter. Start race. Okay, we got the time. Good. Drive. Going to faster mode. 589. This race was 586. Okay. How was I faster when I was on the slower driving mode? I don't know how I ended up with a time of 4. That makes no sense to me. And that took even longer. The timer. The timer never resets. Everything, I was doing it faster. Okay, cool. So I've got a timer glitch. This is the first time I'm able to use the timer sequentially in the maps. That tells me the error there. I'm happy with that. So I will go fix that, but I need to get going. All right, I will talk to everyone.